What's up everyone, welcome back to JUNKY. Today we're going to show you how to do your head gasket. A lot of people are scared to do their head gaskets. Most of the time when a Honda's overheating, it's your head gasket. So stay tuned, I'll show you how to do it. First thing I like to do is I always like to flush the motor. And this is the one I get at Walmart. I think it's about $5-6 or something. Throw the whole thing in there. It says to only do it 5 minutes, but I like to just freaking leave it 10 to 15 minutes. It really cleans the inside of the engine pretty good. I've used it every single time I do a head gasket. Sometimes it's even milky inside already, and that cleans it out pretty well. So right now what we're gonna do, just gonna let the car idle for 10 to 15 minutes. Check that shit out, it's leaking right there. And then we're gonna drain the oil, and then we're gonna get started. Right, so we let the car idle for about 15 minutes, and now we're gonna drain the oil. Johnny's down there getting that.
Oh, brown sluggish.
So what I'm gonna do now is that when I pull the head, I want the engine to be at TDC, and you don't have to do it before, but it's just good practice because sometimes the belt, when you turn the motor to put it at TDC, the belt could get stuck, like by the water pump or whatever, by the tensioner. So now we're gonna take this top piece off. Distributor, cables, valve cover, that kind of stuff, exhaust manifold. I like to take it off with the intake manifold just because it's hard to get to the back bolts. So now I'm gonna go into the car and I'm gonna turn the crank. I have my cousin tell me when it's at TDC, which is the timing marks up there on the pulley. And older Hondas, they spin counterclockwise.
You always got the cover on.
No, look at the pulley, not the head. Right? Yeah. See these right here? Those are the timing marks. This is your 0 right there. And this little one of the 3 is your 16. And that's how you check your timing too. Alright guys, as you can see, got the valve cover off, we did the timing, got the distributor off, got the manifold cover, got all the exhaust bolts off. So now we're going to take off all the sensors, distributor, plug wires, anything that's holding the head to the rest of the engine bay, including the black. We'll do those right now. This is the cam caps. With the single cam, you don't have to do that. But for me, it makes it easier to just take these off so that when I do the timing belt, I don't have to readjust the tension. I can simply put the cam in sideways and then put the cam down, and that'll tension the belt again. Because sometimes getting in there to undo the timing bolt or the tensioner bolt can be a bitch, and then you can't really get into the tensioner with a hanger or whatever, so that you can pull and actually tension the belt. So I like to leave the belts tensioned the way they are and pull the cam cap. So after that, I'm gonna pull the hoses. I'm gonna pull the wire harness right here, all the vacuum lines, and my cousin's doing the exhaust manifold to the rest of the exhaust. So as you can see, it's loose already and it's ready to come out, and we'll have it out in a couple minutes.
Hey, some for me, man.
All right, guys, so you saw me take all that other stuff off. The little bracket that holds the harness, the throttle body. I like to take these two bolts instead of taking off any tension it had already. Most likely everything's already set and it should be okay. So then this way you could just move it and pull it off the throttle right there. Now with these injectors, the older cars, they don't have clips, I think, like the newer 96 and up. So what you do is with your flathead, you move these out the way like that, and then they come out. This one doesn't even have a clip. All right, just like that. Just keep pulling all the sensors. This harness is pretty dried out, pretty shot, honestly, but it should do all right. And then this harness runs over the manifold to here, so we're gonna pull this 10mm right here, unplug the resistor box. This is for the injectors for 88 to 91, aka EF. Runs through here, and then this is the to the harness, I believe, in the dash. So we're gonna get that pulled right quick.
Good or what?
All right, guys, so how you saw me pull this, you loosen all these bolts, you don't take them out, you leave them in there, you massage it, you pry it on both sides till it pops up. That's gonna leave your cam looking like this. Now since we set the motor at TDC already, you can see the arrow up, it's gonna point up, say up, and then the OEM cam gears right here in the back, right there. I don't know if you can see it, but they have a timing mark that matches the head. One on this side, one on this side. That's how you line up your cam again. So now all we gotta do is we lift the cam up and your belt's loose and you can slip it out. Lift it. Just like that. Now you can pull your cam, take off your head bolts, and the head's on its way out. Gonna take off the manifold for good. Now you don't need to take off all the lost motion assembly and the cam and everything to pull the head itself, but you will have to loosen the tensioner, which is down there, and I'd rather do it this way. Seems like extra steps, but I mean, in reality, you'll save some time. So now these are 14s. When you take off the head, you're pretty much gonna do like a circle. The way you put it on is the same way you take it off. So wherever you start, you're gonna go to the next furthest one. So if you start right here, you're gonna go to that corner, from that corner to this corner, from this corner to that corner. So always crisscrosses to the farthest one till you get to the center, so that you relieve the pressure evenly on the head. Alright guys, so the head is off. It's right over there. We're draining it into the dirt. Then we'll throw the dirt away. So basically, you want to clean out the block. Sometimes there's oil that falls into the bowl holes. So we're going to blow those out. I have a compressor here in my garage, but if you don't, I usually use a straw. And I just blow into it with the straw. It gets it clean enough. So we're going to clean everything. And then one thing you can check while you're here is the piston. Just move the piston. You can see barely how it moves. So that's not too bad. Once you start getting a lot of play, it's time to redo your rings. So we're going to go ahead and clean this up. We're going to take off the manifold off the head. And then once we've done that, then we're going to take it to the car wash, spray it down with some degreaser, and take it to get machined. Check with your local machine shops. It's usually not that expensive. Ours charges 35 bucks. They do a decent job. Their hot tank is $10. And if you think that it wasn't leaking because of the head gasket and there's a crack in the head, they can also pressure test the head. Our shop charges 25 to 50 bucks depending on the heads. So yeah, it's just extra safety while you're at it. All right, so we're here at the car wash. Purple Power. Gonna spray it, let it soak for a minute, scrub it with that one, and wash it down. If you want, you can hit the exhaust ports too, or the intake and all that shit, clean all the grease off of it.